What is up, YouTube? It's been a long time since I've made a video, but I'm finally back. In today's video, I will be teaching you guys how to get a cheap gaming setup. I posted a video 2 years ago showing you guys my budget gaming setup, and in that video, there was a lot of people upset telling me that it wasn't budget because it was expensive. Well, today, I will be teaching you guys how to make an affordable gaming setup. And before I start this video, I just want to remind you guys that gaming setups are typically pretty expensive. So everything I explain in this video may run up to $1,000, but it won't be over $1,000. I hope not. As of now, well, realistically, you're going to spend about $600 to $1,000 to have a decent gaming setup. So yeah, just remember that gaming setups are really expensive, I guess. And most of these specs are probably going to run a lot of games, but in low settings or medium settings. You can't expect to get a really good gaming setup with just $1,000. But anyways, enough yapping. Let me just get into the video. I'm going to be breaking down 5 types of setups you can have. So the first one is a pre-built PC, and your budget's going to be $500 to $800 or even to $1,000. The second one is going to be a gaming laptop with an optional monitor, which is going to run you about $600 to $1,000. And the monitor itself is going to be around $100 to $200. The next setup is going to be a console plus monitor. That's going to run you up about $500 to $1,000, and you could build your own PC, and the budget would be around $600 to $1,000, excluding keyboard and mouse and other accessories. The last category is going to be a handheld PC, which is basically like a Steam Deck or like the Asus Ally. So it really just depends on what your needs are. Ooh, that looks so pretty. So for the first topic, I'm going to be talking about pre-built PCs. You can find a lot of pre-built PCs online, especially right now since it's almost Christmas. You can typically find them under $1,000, around $800. And the specs you're probably going to look at is, I would not recommend 8GB of RAM. I would probably recommend 16GB. And for the CPU, I would say a Ryzen 5, or if you're into Intel, you can get an Intel Core i5. And for the GPU, you can get an RTX 3050 or you can get a GTX 1660. If graphic is your main priority, I would recommend getting the RTX series. The 30 series right now isn't too expensive, and this goes with the same category of building your own PC. And also your gaming laptop. These are the same specs you'll probably look for in the gaming setup. So I just googled some pre-built gaming PCs, and most of these are under $1,000. The specs aren't too bad. You can always upgrade in the future. It's Intel i5 3050, or you can get AMD Ryzen 5 2060. 2060 is still pretty good. This one has 32GB of RAM. Most of these aren't too bad for under $1,000. Just be really careful though. Don't buy PCs on sketchy websites. Like this PC, under $1,000, RTX 4060, 16GB of RAM, DDR5, and AMD Ryzen 5. Not too bad. Majority of these PCs, they're under $1,000, and they're not too bad as well. So yeah, just go shopping around, go to your local computer shop, go to Best Buy, go to Micro Center, go to wherever, and just go shop around for your PC. The great thing about having a PC is that you can always upgrade in the future. Let's say your GPU gets outdated, you can always take out your GPU and buy a new one. Picking the most expensive parts right now, if it's not within your budget range, might not actually be a smart idea. After you got your PC, you're going to need a monitor and a keyboard and a mouse. I would say your keyboard and mouse doesn't have to be too expensive. Your headphone doesn't have to be too expensive either, but your monitor may vary because monitors are pretty expensive. I do also recommend checking out Facebook Market for monitors. Sometimes you'll see gaming monitors with good specs for $100. Pretty good price if you ask me, but there's a risk to shopping on Facebook Market, and you might risk getting scammed. So if you do shop on Facebook Market, please be careful. I've bought a lot of my stuff on Facebook Market. Like I purchased this portable monitor for $60, which I love it. It's amazing. So yeah, the monitor just depends on what you want. If you're focusing on gaming, I would recommend a monitor that is 1080p or 4K in the hertz 60 or above, and the milliseconds you want to look for is under 5 milliseconds. But any other cheap monitor would work out as well. You don't need the best specs if it's not within your budget range. For your accessories, like I said, they don't have to be expensive. A really good brand that I use that are pretty budget friendly is Fifine. If you've been a loyal subscriber, you would know that I use a lot of Fifine's product. This is the mic that I'm using. It's from Fifine. It's been a really good microphone. It's under 100. And I'm also using a Fifine headset. You can also use Red Dragon. I use their keyboard. It's pretty good. It gets the job done. There's a lot of companies out there that make really good quality budget gaming headsets, keyboards, mouse, etc. The next topic I want to talk about is your gaming laptop. The gaming laptop is going to be the same as a PC. So I just googled gaming laptops. This one is a AMD Ryzen 5 144Hz. In my opinion, I feel like Acer Nitros are pretty good, so this one wouldn't be too bad, and it's under 1,000. Right now it's on sale. And RTX 4050. This one is a bit more expensive. I also believe that HP Omens are pretty good too. 165Hz, Intel Core i7, 16GB of RAM, DDR5, and 4060. The specs in here, pretty good in my opinion, and it's on sale. That's only if you have the budget for $800 though. And honestly, in my opinion, if you have like those work or school laptops, you can honestly play some games like Roblox, Minecraft, Fortnite, Valorant. Majority of your online games you might be able to play on this, but if you want to play like Steam games like Call of Duty, it might not run. And it should work on low to medium settings. But if you guys are expecting a $100 laptop like this to run Valorant, Fortnite, Minecraft, think again, guys. Be realistic. Come on. This computer might blow up. I used to have a laptop setup. Basically, it was just plugged into my monitor and my keyboard, my mouse was connected to my computer. It was a good setup for a while. The only downside to having a laptop is that it overheats easily, so what you need to do is also buy a fan for your PC. And with the setup, you can choose to have it with a monitor, or you can just choose to have your gaming laptop by itself. So the next topic I want to talk about is a console and monitor. So I don't really have experience with a console and monitor setup, but I've seen on YouTube a lot of people use a keyboard and mouse with their consoles, like the PS5 and the Xbox. The only downside to having a console is that you won't be able to play PC games. So if that's not really a problem with you, then I think this would be a pretty good cheap gaming setup to get into. As of right now, the Series S is like $300 and the PS5 digital is like $450. It's not too expensive in my opinion. You can play most games. So the last topic that I'm going to be talking about is a handheld PC. I don't own one, but I think it's really cool, like the Steam Deck and the Asus Ally. I don't have it personally, like I said again, but I saw a lot of YouTube videos and TikToks about them, which basically you can play all your PC games. You can plug in your keyboard and mouse and a monitor. I think it's really cool. And so with all of that, all of the options I gave you guys, choose whichever one you want. Choose which one best meets your need. It doesn't have to be the best specs. And if you can't make money, I guess find a job, sell some stuff on Facebook Market, find some way to make money. But yeah, with me, I started off with a really cheap laptop, but the specs weren't too bad. I was able to play most of my games, like Minecraft, Roblox. The laptop wasn't even a gaming laptop, but I was able to play certain games on it, which was enough for me. And then I finally upgraded to a gaming laptop and I used it forever. Even till now, I still have the gaming laptop. Even though I upgraded, I still use it. But now I have a gaming PC setup. If you guys are interested, I could probably make a video showing my PC setup. It's nothing great, but it works fine for me. I don't have the best specs, but I'm able to play Minecraft at 70 to 100 frames per second, which is good enough for me, honestly. And just a reminder for everyone, like I said, I've repeated myself a million times. but your setup doesn't have to be expensive at first. At the end of the day, at least you're able to play the games you like, even if it's low settings or medium. And at least you're still able to have fun. That's all that matters. You can always upgrade in the future. So yeah, even though 1,000 is a little bit expensive, you have to think realistically. You can't get a setup for $100. That's so unrealistic. Unless you want a game on a Chromebook, which might not really be a good idea. But anyways, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching.